Hello everyone. It's been a while since I have made a storytime video for you guys. I don't know if you guys remember, it was last year around this time I had made a video talking about how this mouse had almost killed me. I'm here today to tell you another story of yet again how a mouse or mice have almost killed me. If you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, then you probably have already seen where I had a mouse up in my ceiling in my attic. If you haven't followed me, that information is always down in the description, so you can go give me a follow if you'd like. But it all started like a week or two ago. I was sitting in my room and both my cats, Rocco and Wubsy, were on my bed with me, and they kept looking up at my ceiling. And I couldn't understand why. You know, usually when they look up at something, I usually find like a bug, but I didn't see anything. And I kept hearing this little like squeak sound. And at first, you know, I thought it was a bird that maybe got like close to my window and that's what I was hearing. I was sadly mistaken. A couple of days go past, the squeaking sound got more and more intense. I was starting to hear it more often and in different places in my ceiling, but I kept hearing like this like scratching sound like on my ceiling, and I knew that there was a mouse up there, but there was nothing I could really do about it because there's nothing I can like get up in there to get it out with. One day I left my door open and my cat Wubsy kept walking in here by himself, and that's not normal for him. He's a very scaredy cat. He's scared of literally everything you put in front of his face. But for some reason on this day he kept walking into my bedroom by himself, sitting on my bed and looking up at the ceiling. And I knew, you know, he probably heard the mouse. That's what it was that he was staring at. And I didn't really think too much of it because, like, how is it gonna like get down in my bedroom, you know what I mean? So I decided to come in here, and Wubsy meows and he looks up at the ceiling and then he looks at me, and I'm like, what, Wub, you hear the mouse? Like, I didn't think anything of it. Lay down, start watching a little bit of TV, and a couple minutes later, I see something moving next to my ceiling fan out of the corner of my eye. And at first, you know, I thought it was maybe a bug, because like stink bugs are really bad in my room this time of the year, I guess where it gets real hot or something, I don't know. My first thought was that it was a bug. I got a better glimpse of what it was that was moving up in my ceiling. You guys, there was a mother Chuck E. Cheese, Mickey Mouse looking little ass rat mouse, whatever the hell, coming out of the fixture and the ceiling fan, like the little crack that's in between there. It was trying to push its body down through that crack to get into my bedroom. The nerve, right? All I seen was its feet and its tail, and that was it for me. I flipped. I started running and screaming to my dad.
The mouse is trying to get out of the crack of my ceiling fan. The mouse is trying to get out of the crack of my ceiling fan.
He starts dying laughing, comes in here and puts like pieces of paper towel up between that crack so that the mouse can't get down through there, because like he couldn't pull it out. That was our quick fix. I was still paranoid because mice can pretty much chew through anything. Lord knows that if they can chew through plastic, that they can chew through paper towel. I was for sure that this mouse was going to still somehow find a way down into my bedroom. And every single night I could not sleep for the freaking squeaky noise and the skitter-scattering and scratching on my freaking ceiling. There was one night that I was up until 5 o'clock in the morning because this mouse had been keeping me up squeaking all night long. And there's these little like vents around the fixture of my ceiling fan that you can kind of like see in. And that night where this mouse was like squeaking uncontrollably, I took a flashlight and I stood up on my bed and I looked through those vents. All I seen was this mouse with its little feet and its tail walking around the edges of my ceiling fan. Oh my god, you guys. I about had a panic attack. No. No. I don't really want to see them die. I don't want to hurt them in any way. But I don't want them in my bed. I don't want them anywhere near me, if that makes any sense. I'm very cautious about what's on my bed. I'm very germaphobe. In that way, a certain person sits down on my bed, or I find like a little bug or something on my bed, I need to wash it immediately. Like, I cannot sleep on it unless it's clean. It's weird, but it's just how I am. I was afraid that this mouse was going to somehow manage to get through this paper towel, out of my ceiling fan, and down on my bed on me, while I was asleep. So for like a week or two, I barely slept. Ended up going to Josh's house to stay with him for a little while, and of course while I was at his house, my dad had said that he had found the mouse. It was dead. I don't know the full story of what happened there, but he had caught the mouse, so I was relieved. You know, I thought that it was over. There were no more mice, no more problems. The other night, my stepbrother's cat kept going into the kitchen and sitting there looking at something under our stove. Usually when our cats do this, as I said before, they usually see something, whether it be a mouse or a bug. You know, they are looking at something. Something's caught their attention. So we had noticed this, but we looked under there and we didn't see anything. And Bubsy kept walking into my room, holler, go into the hallway, holler, then I'd bring him back in here. He'd holler, then he'd leave again. It was just this back and forth thing for a little while. And usually when he does that, he's trying to tell me something. Something's up. I couldn't figure out what it was. You know, I thought something was wrong. There was one time he stood at the end of the couch and was looking behind it as if he's seen something back there. My dad took a flashlight. He said he didn't see anything. A couple minutes later, I walked through the hallway. Both Cuddles and Wubsy were sitting there looking at the closet, and you could hear this like scratching sound on either the ceiling or in the closet, I don't know. And I said, there has to be a mouse in there. So like my dad went, looked in the closet, didn't see anything. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Walked into my bedroom and started watching TV again. A couple minutes later, I hear a bunch of commotion. Like my cats had gotten into it or something. I'm like, oh God, they probably caught that mouse. I walked in the hallway, it was dark. Rocco was sitting like by the couch looking at something. Wubsy was sitting there bent down. And I thought maybe, you know, they got into a fight, because my cats tend to fight a lot, especially the boy ones. So I bent down to pet Wubsy to see if he was okay. Oh, guys, I swear to God, they're trying to kill me. He dropped this little gray mouse out of his mouth, and it darted into the living room. Oh my God, all night long I slept with a blanket in the crack of my door. I still have the blanket at the crack of my door, by the way. This is like an ongoing story. Like, there's probably going to be more parts to this video. I carried a flashlight with me. I wore boots to my bathroom every time I had to pee in the middle of the night. I kept my feet up on the trash can because I was afraid this mouse was going to like climb onto my legs as I was sitting on the toilet peeing. Like, I'm petrified. But I slept well, and I woke up the next day. My stepmom had said that the mouse was like around their bed and they chased it and they don't know what happened to it after that. And then she said that it was like near the cat's toys, like the blue tote box. My stepbrother, who was sleeping at the time on the floor. Yeah, the mouse is still on the loose in our house, and it's probably going to attempt to kill me more times. Like, I don't think this is the end of it. My dad also said that he kept hearing like the scratching, like pitter-patter sound above his ceiling while he was trying to sleep as well. Rocco, my cat, last night was looking up at my ceiling because he and I both had heard it in my ceiling again, so I ended up putting more paper towels for my ceiling fan. I don't know where they're coming from, because like, we're very clean people, And I'm the type of person, I've got to keep my room tidied up at all times. I never leave food setting out, you know, like I vacuum the floor every single day. It's clean. We do live around like a lot of woods and like high weeds and stuff on the hill, so like there's a possibility that that's where they're coming from. How they're getting up in the ceiling is what I don't understand, because like it's not even that they're in the attic, they're between like the installation and the ceiling. So like how they got up there, I have no idea. I don't know, you guys. I mean, I hope that you guys get enjoyment out of my like terror. I'm like terrified of these mice. Like I said, there's probably going to be more parts to this because the mouse still has not been caught. It's still on the loose somewhere in my house. Be prepared for more. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And be sure to subscribe to my channel and become more of a maniac. I'm trying to get my channel up to 1,000 subscribers, so please be sure to share the channel with your friends and your family. It would mean the world to me, and I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.